Well, good morning. Hey! I didn't know if I was going to get around to doing this or not. Water, no coffee today. That's because I've already been out to breakfast. I was up early, about 6 o'clock. Actually, I laid in bed until about 6:30 and then got up. But I've already been out to breakfast, like I said, so I've had steak, eggs, pancakes. I went to IHOP. There's an IHOP here in Harrisburg. It's kind of brand new, so, it was pretty good. Steak and eggs was excellent. I think I may go back there again. I don't know if I'll go next week. I've actually went to 4 different breakfast places in the last month, and, gets me out of the house, gets me doing things. And speaking of doing things, I have a lot to do. This is going to be a very busy weekend. Excuse me for playing with my hair. Today, I have a recap to write. I have work to do on the novel. I'll work on my recap while I'm actually doing laundry. I find that that's actually the easiest way to do it because it takes 25 minutes to wash the clothes and an hour to dry them, and I can usually write the recap in that hour and a half. So that's one of the things I have to do. And I'm getting ready. As soon as I finish this video and I start uploading it, I'm going to run down to York, Pennsylvania, which is about 30 minutes south of here. Because there's something I'm looking for, and I think I can find it there. Yeah. And what else? Well, I'll work on the novel today. I'm probably not going to do a lot. I had actually intended on sitting down and writing last night, and it ended up me taking like an hour and a half nap, waking up, going, I wonder what I need to figure out what I'm going to have for dinner, because I didn't have anything to eat. And one of my teammates, Panzer, the one who broke her wrist, she's like, hey, let's go hang out. And another of my teammates, Ariel, the one who broke her ankle, yes, if you read my blog post yesterday, you'll find that during Monday night practice, one of my teammates broke her ankle in practice. Yeah, she went down on it the wrong way, and that was it. It just snapped. So we ended up hanging out with another Derby woman who's actually kind of a former member. She retired over the winter, although she keeps saying she may come back. That was what she was saying last night. So it was like 11:30 last night when I got home, because we just hung out and chatted and talked and, just had, did girl things. It was fun. As one person told me, now that you're part of a Derby family, you're going to find that if you really want to hang out and do something, you'll find that there's someone who will want to hang out and do something with you. So, there's that going on. And I realize that that's kind of practice and everything else has really been kind of taking away from my writing. I was quite surprised, actually, that I managed to get in almost 2,000 words in the Monday through Thursday. Mostly because I was writing like 500 words here and there. I actually finished the first scene of chapter 16 and ended up being like 1,920 words, which surprised me because it didn't seem like it was that long. And I actually did finish it in 4 days straight, in 4 consecutive days. So I was quite surprised that I got that. Now the thing I want to start on today is the actual dance, which will start out with Annie and Carrie being introduced. Like they were, if we go all the way back to the first novel, they were introduced as Ms. Annie Kirilova and Mr. Carrie Malaby, and her escort, Mr. Carrie Malaby, both of Cyrano's Coven. And their costumes are already picked out. I've actually had their costumes for a while, and they were actually pretty easy to come up with. And they'll talk to someone, but it's going to be something a little different. I've been thinking about how that's going to go. They're going to have a conversation with someone. It's going to be a little different than in the last two. Plus, I'm not going to focus as much on the costumes this time. Last book, there was a big focus on the costumes. This time, everybody's kind of toning it down, I hope. Plus, it takes work trying to figure out what the hell everybody's going to wear. 200,000 words, it's coming. And then after that's done, last scene, and then I can move on to Act 2. And really, I'm kind of hoping by this time next week, I'm either moving on to Act 2 or just about ready to move on to Act 2. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have a nail here. It's slightly damaged. Me and my nails. Even when I trim them down, I'm wrecking them. So, but that was something good. Finishing that first scene. And I actually finished that. When did I finish that? I think I finished that Thursday night. That's what I said. I wrote the first scene in like 4 days straight. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I wrote it before I went to practice. So I have all a bunch of stuff that I have to do today that I have to get out of the way. Then tomorrow is bout day. I'm pretty much free in the morning, but I'm expected to be at the rink at 4:30 to start helping with setup. And then I will be filming the bout. And I will be taking both my Fuji camera, my still camera, and I'll be taking my video camera. I don't know if I'm going to take my GoPro. That's going to kind of kill it. But, yeah, I'll have all that stuff done. And I was actually told last night that they set up a little platform that raises you up above the floor a bit so that you're kind of elevated when you're shooting footage, which is, it's kind of good. I kind of like actually filming, and then we'll be done probably around 7:30. There'll be an after party. I'm only going to have like one beer or so. Probably have to help with teardown, which means we won't really get to the after party until about 9 o'clock. And then I said, I'll have one beer, I'll show up, and I'll get back at 10. And then from 10 until I go to bed, I'm going to be downloading video footage and trying to get it up to the up to a YouTube account. And the thing of it is, Monday I don't go into work, so I can actually spend Monday morning getting it all up to a YouTube account. Yeah. I get spent getting it up to a YouTube account. And the reason I'm not going into work on Monday is I have to go out and see my doctor. And we have bout review Monday at 8:30. So I have to have everything up and ready to go before I go to bout review. And I fully intend to. I already promised. I said I will have this all in place by the time bout review rolls around. So don't worry. Yeah, that's me, busy girl. Which likely means I'll do writing tomorrow in the morning, but Monday I probably, unless I'm completely free in the afternoon, I may not get any writing in. It's just crazy. My life has gotten kind of nuts. And if you watch any of the footage that I film, you'll see just how nuts it gets. But it's a good nuts. I can't complain. It's actually, it's helping me out, getting me out of the apartment, getting me beat up a little bit, but it's a good beat up. And I actually have something planned for 2 weeks from yesterday. I need to order some gear because one of the things I've been promising is that if the weather is good, on the third Friday in August, I will skate into work. Yeah, and it's 1.15 miles, the route I picked. So I will throw on my backpack, I will throw my work clothes in the back there. Since it's Friday, it can be kind of casual. I'm thinking of wearing like a skirt and just a simple top, because it'll be warm, you know it will be. And my flats, my teaks, which I can fold up and dump in there. So I'll wear my workout gear while I skate in and then change in my office. And then before I go home, change again and skate home. And I'm looking to buy a set of what they call hybrid wheels, which are, you're able to skate outdoors and indoors on them. But I will probably just use those for outdoors. And I've gotten I have the tools where I can swap out my wheels. So yeah, it's just nuts. It's just crazy. That's one of the other things. It's like, okay, what's the equivalent in laps? Yeah. Well, let's see what it says here. What is the length of a roller? How big is a roller derby track? Diary of... How far is 27 laps? This is something I've always wanted to know too. And here's our regulation track guideline. This comes in handy. I did not know that the inside oval is 60 feet long or 18.3 meters. So if we were to hug the inside line of the track, each lap would measure 34.5 meters. Ay, ay, ay. How far is 27 laps? Oh my God. Basically, see, I'm sitting here looking at this. When you're figuring out how far you actually go, oh, this is insane. I never really noticed this before. I always wanted to know what this was. But someone figured it out and stated that if you hug the outside, if you hug the inside, it's 34.5 meters, and 34.5 meters, just for the sake of it, that's 113.16 feet. So the outside. Oh man. Yeah, the outside circumference is about 236.5 feet. So if I skate 1.15 miles to work, it's actually about a mile. It's actually about 27 laps. And there's the one thing we have to do, which is the 27.5, where you actually have to skate 27 laps in 5 minutes. I'll have to get this down to get an even more exact figure. But yeah, when we skate our 27 laps, we actually skate about a mile. Yeah, we skate about a mile. So it actually works out to about 0.95 miles. So going into work, I would actually be skating the equivalent of about 28 or 29 laps. Yeah, 28 or 29 laps. Oh my God, I never realized that when we actually skate, yeah, we're actually skating quite a lot. Each lap, it's quite a lot. I could probably figure it out. I'm pretty certain I could figure out how it is. Racing line distance, here's somebody who's already figured it out for me. Racing line distance is 180.5 feet. That's if you, like they say, we skate the diamond. It's actually, the racing line distance, it's actually about 166.5 feet. So there you go. That's quite a lot. So yeah, wow, I got my work cut out for me. I really do have my work cut out for me. Which means if I was really humping, on the track, if I was really humping to work 2 Fridays from now, I should be able to do it in 5 minutes. Yeah, right. Yeah, I should be able to do it in 5 minutes. I don't think so. I really don't think so. But yeah, that's going to be quite a lot. I think I could do it. I am actually thinking that I could do it in about, I'm actually thinking I could skate to work in about 10 minutes. But I do have to negotiate a couple of downgrades, and I have to negotiate a set of stairs at one point. I could bypass all those if I wanted, and I may. I haven't decided yet. I think for maybe my first time through, I'm gonna take it easy and take the nice level course. Oh, God, someone keeps PMing me. Oh, please, I'm trying to do shit here. So yes, I'm sitting here rambling on about shit when I should be talking about Annie and Carrie. Annie, of course, will be doing Derby, as one of my friends suggested, and Annie's gonna. I already can tell you. I have to show you this too. You see that? And you see that? Those are actually Derby bruises. That comes from people holding onto your arms, gripping them like this while you're doing blocking. So yes, I had, and these are actually the most common bruises you get. This is what I was told. This is actually the most common bruise you're going to get. You're not going to get that big, wacko, giant bruise on your side, or on your butt, or on your hip, or on your leg. You're actually going to get these on your arms where people are grabbing onto your arms and holding while you're brace blocking. Yeah, Derby bruises. I had one on my leg from when I fell early on, and I was like, look, I got a bruise. It's assumed we're going to get bruises. Annie will get bruises. Annie, I imagine, she's going to look cute in her jammer helmet. That's actually going to be later. That'll probably be Act 3. That'll definitely be Act 3, because I know about when that's going to happen. Annie's going to sustain an injury while practicing. But I've all got that worked out, so... yeah, really, this novel is coming along slowly, but I am kind of pushing it forward, and one of the things I like about what I'm doing now is I'm actually starting to look forward to writing when the time comes. I still have this nagging thing like, I don't want to do it because it's work, and I really want to relax. But at the same time, once I start doing them, it's like I fall into the old rhythm. A lot of the block I have is not knowing what to write. It's just getting myself to write. And I think that's because I'm finally getting out and doing stuff again. Something I haven't done for years. And, there's that draw. It makes you want to get out of the house. So I have such a long day anyway. And lately, the thing I've had to do... Sorry. The thing I've had to do is come home and take a nap after work. Because by about 2 o'clock, I really do find myself just like, I can't stay awake. I start getting bored and sleepy and tired, so... yeah, there's all this stuff going on. It's my life. It has changed. And it's kind of changed for the better, I think. Well, I know. But like the writing, I'm finding my mind is actually now getting out of the morass that it was in for a while, where it was just kind of condensed and I was having trouble thinking about what I wanted to say. Now I'm coming up with different ideas and different things, and I think that's because I've decided to incorporate a few different items and ideas in this novel that weren't there when I first originally came up with the idea. So it's taken a bit of staleness out of the writing process. Plus, I'm finding, doing 500 words a night, even when you're a little tired, is not that bad. I had one night where I only got like about 300 words because I was just exhausted when I got home. And I was like, I got to get some writing in. And I got it in and I just collapsed and went to bed because I was exhausted. But it's all fun and games. It's now that I know Act 1 is almost over and I can move on to Act 2, there's a bit more excitement there. We'll see where it goes. I know where it's going to go. It's going to go straight to hell. The real interesting thing is I've got a big gap between... I've actually got a pretty good big gap of stuff between the end of the Samhain dance and Annie and Carrie going off for Yule. And you know they're going off together, so that's not a spoiler. I think at this point everyone has kind of figured out that since Pavlena showed up at Carrie's bedside and said, "Here's what you're going to say, kid," you know, he would be courting disaster to go, "Nah, I don't think I'll come. It would just end up ruining Annie's holiday." No, Carrie wouldn't be getting out of that hospital bed if that happened. Annie would probably just throw an electrify attack right there and then. She'd just go all Lumchan on his ass and shock him. "You stay in that hospital bed, Carrie." Pavlena probably would too, because remember she actually trained up to be a pretty good sorceress before she walked away from it. So they could probably both just electrify his ass and just leave him in the bed going, "Oh, I should have said yes." So you know he's going to say yes, and you know he's going to go to Pamparovo with Annie. You know he is. There's no getting around that one. That's not a spoiler. Even though I left off the last excerpt where, you know, he had to give his answer. You know what the answer is going to be. Come on, we're all adults here. We all know that Carrie is not going to be foolish again and say, "Nah, I don't think so." No, not after Annie's mom came and talked to him and said, "You know, Carrie, you don't want to ruin my daughter's holiday. You don't. You don't." So, and he doesn't. He doesn't want to incur the wrath of Annie's mom. Because that would probably be bad. He wants to stay on the good side of his future mother-in-law. Probably. Plus, he's also seeing her in a different light compared to his own mother. And, you know, he realizes that his mom's a bitch. He does. You know, Carrie's not stupid. He realizes, you know, his mom is now just treating him like shit all the time and he can't take it. Or he can. Carrie is a complicated kid. He's also a scared kid. Like I said, his biggest fear is being abandoned. And even with other people showing him a lot of kindness and compassion and viewing him as if he were part of his family, it's going to take a bit to get him away from his real birth family. It's not going to be easy. It's a situation where, even though you can say it's easy to walk away, it's not easy for Carrie. It's the only family he's ever had. And he likes being away from home. He likes going to school, but it's his family. And it actually is. There's that bit of psychological difficulty of actually turning your back on your family and just saying, "I don't want to do it. I can't handle you anymore. I'm not going to do this." So, you know, we'll see how it goes. I've been rambling on long enough. It's coming up on 30 minutes. So I think I need to get down to York. This is as good a place as any to kill the video at this point and not bore you anymore with my talk of roller derby. Sorry about that little digression there, but, you know, shit happens. So I will see you later. Everybody have a good Friday. Jeez. Everybody have a good Saturday. Have a good weekend. I will get pictures tomorrow of the bout. I'm hoping to look splendid. Even though I'm not playing, I'm just filming. But There you go. Gotta look good. Gotta be one of the girls in green. Okay, take care. Bye.